Movie Kick, the man who lived for a purpose. In the heart of India, where ordinary lives follow ordinary rules, there lived an extraordinary man who refused to be ordinary. His name, Devi Lal Singh. But people called him something else, a dreamer, a madman, a troublemaker, and eventually the devil. From the moment Devi opened his eyes each morning, one thing drove him. Not money, not fame, not love, but excitement. He wanted every second of his life to give him something, something that made his heart race, something that gave him a kick. Devi was brilliant, a topper in school, a genius with ideas, but also the kind of guy who would quit his job on the first day because it was too boring. He'd jump from moving buses, help random people on the road, or do backflips in traffic, all because he wanted to feel alive. His family didn't understand him. His friends couldn't keep up with him, but David didn't care. He believed life is not about living safely, it's about living fully. One day, fate brought someone into his wild world. China Mera, a beautiful, calm, and intelligent girl who believed in order, logic, and peace. Everything Devi was not. Their first meeting was chaos. He annoyed her, teased her, and confused her. But slowly, she saw through his madness. Behind those mischievous eyes was a heart full of kindness. He'd risk his life to help a stranger, spend his savings to help a sick child, and smile even when life hit him hard. That's when China realized Devi's madness had meaning. His kick was not just thrill, it was life itself. Their love story began like a storm loud, unexpected, and unforgettable. But when it came time to take it forward, reality struck. China's parents wanted a stable, mature man, not someone who'd quit jobs for fun. Devi laughed it off at first, but deep down, he was shattered. He looked into China's eyes and said, is greater than main is दुनिया. मैं कुछ ऐसा करना चाहता हूँ जिससे मुझे भी किक माइल और दुनिया को भी फायदा हो. I want to do something that gives me a kick and helps the world too. And just like that, Devi disappeared, gone without a trace. Years passed. In the city of Warsaw, Poland, Shayna had built a new life as a psychiatrist, but her heart still carried the memories of a man who lived life like a firework. That's when she met Himanshu Tyagi, a tough and disciplined police officer from India. A man who had one mission to catch a mysterious thief known only as Devil. The Devil was no ordinary criminal. He robbed banks and corrupt officials with impossible precision. No fingerprints, no clues, no greed. Every time he struck, he left behind a message for the children, and a whisper spread across the streets that the devil only stole from the corrupt and helped the poor. As Himanshu shared stories of the devil's crimes, Shaina felt something familiar, the style, the courage, the madness. Could it be? Could this masked man actually be Devi? Her heart knew the answer before her mind could. Meanwhile, the devil continued his impossible missions. Disguised, sharp, fearless, he jumped through moving trains, raced through narrow streets, and fooled the police at every turn. But his goal was not money. It was something far greater. He was funding surgeries for poor children, kids who would die without treatment, children who never knew what hope felt like. Devi Lal Singh, the man who once sought thrill, had now found a purpose that gave him the ultimate kick. One night, as the rain poured over the Warsaw skyline, Himanshu and the devil came face to face. Two minds, both brilliant, both determined. Himanshu aimed his gun. Devi smiled. Inspector, he said calmly, is greater than main ko nahi hoon. Main un logon se chura raha hoon jo kor hain. I'm not a thief. I steal from the real thieves. With one swift move, Devi vanished into the dark, leaving Himanshu stunned and secretly impressed. China couldn't hold back anymore. When she finally confronted Devi, her emotions broke through. Why are you doing this? Why risk everything? She cried. Devi looked at her and said softly, is greater than, because now I know what real kick means. Earlier, I lived for myself. Now, I live for others. For a moment, silence filled the air. It wasn't madness anymore, it was meaning. Devi had become more than just a man chasing thrills. He had become a reason for others to live. His final mission was his boldest yet, to rob a powerful, corrupt businessman and use the money to save hundreds of children. Every step was calculated. Every second mattered. The police surrounded him. The world watched. But Devi didn't stop. He jumped from rooftops, fought through security, and raced against time. In the end, he succeeded, but disappeared before anyone could catch him. Days later, in a small hospital, hundreds of children's lives were saved. New machines, medicines, and smiles filled the ward. No one knew who paid for it. No one ever would, except for a small plaque on the wall that read, For the children from the devil. Himanshu stood there quietly, staring at the words. He smiled and said, He's greater than, some criminals deserve a salute. And Shaina, with tears in her eyes, whispered to herself, is greater than he finally found his kick. Years later, stories of the devil became legends. A mysterious man who stole only to give, who fought corruption his own way, and who lived not for applause but for purpose. Because life, as Devi once said, is greater than, is not about how long you live. It's about how you live. He was crazy. He was fearless. He was unstoppable. He was Devi Lal Singh, the man who found his kick by changing the world. The end. Sometimes the greatest thrill in life doesn't come from chasing excitement. It comes from doing something that matters. Thanks for watching video. Don't forget to click on subscribe button and press the bell icon for more videos.